done. What is your view concerning that as someone that really looks at this sector very critically?
Nancy, since the September 13th, 2013 Supreme Court judgment that moved most of the tourism rules and regulations from the federal level to the state, NTDC, which is the Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation, has remained a toothless bulldog. It has no function anymore. The Supreme Court judgment only saddled NTDC with the regulation of traffic movement and marketing and promotion of Nigeria internationally and locally. With all due respect, NTDC has its own problems. NTDC has a lot of financial problems. And because of this ruling, which stripped it of some of its functions in the past, it has remained almost silent. It's not been effective anymore. And my friend, who is the new DG of the NTDC, has not also helped his cause because he's not, in quote, not to be receiving enough funding. He has folded his arm, and the tourism agency has remained dormant and quiet. Now, let me come to the issue of tourism funding, which is a major factor around the world. Tourism funding is a responsibility of government because government is responsible for marketing Nigeria as a destination. It is the responsibility of the NTDC in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism to coordinate and execute this plan. Unfortunately, we don't have even the product to sell internationally. If you are in Ghana, if you are in London, for if you have to come to Nigeria, what are you coming to do? What are you coming to see? That is a problem. So funding is a major issue. Then insecurity is a major issue. And there is this wrong perception that government have no business in doing business. To us in tourism, it's an errant nonsense. Pardon my word, because let me tell you, in the United States, as big as advanced as the United States is, it has a separate agency marketing the United States around the world to tourists as a destination. It's called Brand USA. Brand USA is directly under the Ministry of Commerce. They appropriate funding for the marketing of United States as a major destination. But in Nigeria here, in Ghana, for instance, most of the tourism assets were owned by government. And in Ghana, they have Ghana Tourist a company which invests in tourism, accommodation, facilities, and attraction. It's the same thing in Kenya. Imagine a Nigerian who is promoting tourism without a national carrier. We are a joker. The issue of a national carrier is a fundamental issue. It's fundamental to tourism development and promotion. Ask your people in Abuja, people from the ministry, what happened to Abuja Carnival? We experimented with it and it died a natural death. Let me give you one critical example of the role of government in tourism, which has been so successful. In Rivers State, the Rivers State government, irrespective of the party and irrespective who is the chief executive, they have continuously maintained and sustained Hotel Presidential in Port Harcourt over the years. If you had given it to a private sector alone without the involvement of government, that hotel would have been history. And what happened to the recently leisure park in Port Harcourt? Before now, you know, in Port Harcourt, there is very little places where people can go and relax. But now the government invested in the leisure park, where the amusement park, whatever it's called, and people go there every weekend. Family, even people from neighboring states take their children there. Now they have opened a cinema in the same structure. That is the government intervention we talked about in tourism, because the private sector in the long run might not see such facilities as productive and as financially rewarding. So it is the role of government to provide those essential services like the park, which the amusement park, which the Rivers State government has invested in. To me, is a step in the right direction.
No.
So that is one of the